And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Black Hills Energy Stadium on this Thursday afternoon, June 23rd at 6:27 p.m. I am Win Andrews, the voice of the Sasquatch, and we are so happy to have you joining in with us on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel tonight in Game 3 of 3 against the Gem City Bison, as your Spearfish Sasquatch have seemingly found their groove. After winning the first 2 games in this series, they're looking to take Game 3 tonight with a vengeance to potentially get their first series sweep of the season. And honestly, potentially have that first 3-game streak, winning streak as well. So last night, the Sasquatch took Game 2 with a score of 8-6, and that was behind a 5-run 5th inning on the way to winning their second series of the year. Pitcher Cam Hoyland was on the mound, went 6 innings of 5-hit, 1-run ball in his start last night. So there's a lot on the line tonight. It seems to be a more balanced attack, offensively and defensively, for the Sasquatch in games 1 and 2. And they're looking to continue that momentum tonight. So get your brooms out, Squatch Nation. The Sasquatch are looking to sweep the Bison and send them on their way home to Wyoming. It is time for Squatch Baseball on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel. We are so glad you're here with us. So without any further ado, as the umps are meeting behind home plate, we are just a few minutes away from the opening pitch, set for 6:35. So before the PA announcer in the booth with us starts with the opening lineups and we go into the national anthem, without any further ado, let's get right into the starting lineups. Beginning with our friends from Laramie, Wyoming, the Gem City Bison. Leading off for Gem City, number 1, the center fielder, Tyler Bradley. Batting second, number 25, the second baseman, Randy Stoltz. Batting third, number 26, and catching behind the dish for the Bison, Nico Pezzanella. Batting cleanup, number 42, the first baseman, Mitch Winter. Batting fifth, number 21, third baseman, Keegan Schultz. Batting sixth, number 7, right fielder, Tyler Godfrey. Hitting seventh, number 33, the designated hitter, Mitch Tolk. Batting eighth, number 17, the left fielder, Jack Jones. And rounding out this order for the Gem City Bison, number 9, the shortstop, Quinn McCafferty. Pitching for the Bison is number 37, Dylan Chalmers. We will see him in just a few minutes in the bottom of the first. And the Gem City Bison are led by head coach John Grigg tonight, as they are looking to salvage this series by winning at least one, trying to avoid the sweep. And on the other end of this matchup, the Sasquatch are trying to do the exact opposite. They're wanting to go for the sweep. And we are going to go right into the starting lineup tonight for Spearfish. Leading off, no other than number 27, shortstop Johnny McHenry. Batting second, number 24, the second baseman Ryan Bachman. Batting third, number 2, the center fielder Carson Green. Hitting cleanup tonight for the Spearfish Sasquatch, number 29, and catching Keenan O'Brien. Batting fifth, number 25, right fielder in his second start of the season, Nicky Winterstein. Batting sixth, number 30, the designated hitter, Drew Biggerstaff. Batting seventh, number 4, the left fielder, Bryson Hoyer. Hitting eighth, number 40, the third baseman in his second game at the hot corner, Griffin Sheeran. And finishing out this order for the Spearfish Sasquatch in Game 3, number 34, the first baseman, Damon Gaither, in his first start, being able to see his first bit of action with the Spearfish Sasquatch at first base. So a very exciting lineup tonight. That's the best part about being able to have a full team at full strength. All the guys starting to make their way into Spearfish. We are looking like a team at full strength. So it's very fun to be able to see a team with depth, and that is exactly what this lineup is for the Squatch tonight. A very potential winning lineup. And we hope that that is the case tonight in Game 3. So as the Gem City Bison and Sasquatch are being called out, we are going to be back with you right after the national anthem, because you know what that means. That means it is time for first pitch. It is 6:31. We'll be right back with you. But as I said, I am Win Andrews, the voice of the Sasquatch. It is going to be a fun night for baseball, folks. Tune in with us for the night, because we have a lot of action headed your way in Game 3. Don't go anywhere.
In third base, it'll be number 40, Crickman Shira. That's first base, number 34, Damon Gaither. And starting pitcher tonight for Sasquatch, number 22, Connor Jones. Now fans like and we introduce to you Debbie Minter. Debbie will be singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose stripes and bright stars through the perilous were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Debbie. Now we're going to cast our eyes back on the infield where Bailey has a couple friends.
I've got Calliope and Tiberius down here, and they got something they want to say. Oh, guys, give it
Let's
up
play
for
ball.
kids.
Let's go, kids. Thank you, Bailey.
And just like our friends down on the field with on-field host Bailey Hubbard said, let's play ball. After the national anthem just a few moments ago, Connor Jones is taking the mound for the Sasquatch in another one of his starts. Number 22, looking to have another great start for the Sasquatch rotation, as the Sasquatch are led by head coach Tanner Hill, as he is over there in the dugout meeting with the umpires just a few moments before the game. As we are looking at the connection tonight, Jones on the mound and O'Brien behind the plate. So it's going to be a very exciting night. We have a lot for you, and we are so happy you are here with us at 6:35 p.m. Mountain Time. That is first pitch, and we have made it. We are expecting a big crowd tonight, as it is Thursday afternoon. You know what that usually means. Friday, Saturday, Sunday games always draw a large crowd, and Thursdays tend to do some of the same. We've had a great crowd in games 1 and 2, Tuesday and Wednesday night. And it is another beautiful day for baseball. We have been very grateful for the weather after having some struggles in June. Games 1 and 2 posed beautiful weather, not a cloud in the sky. And although hot, we will take hot and sunny over cloudy and rainy any day of the week. So a beautiful Thursday afternoon. As there is a long crowd over at the ticket line. It is going to be a fun night, folks. It is ladies' night here at the park, which means, ladies, if you are in Spearfish area and trying to figure out what to do with your afternoon, come to Black Hills Energy Stadium. You'll get 50%, half off your drinks at the concession stands, as we are honoring all women tonight in the park. As that is the first pitch, taken a little outside for a ball from Connor Jones, and we are officially underway. And that one is going to be grounded just foul. right before the first base bag. Damon Gaither, the first baseman tonight, number 34 for the Squatch, just made that diving attempt over down right field. The tall 6'6" first baseman making his first start tonight at first for Spearfish. Excited to see what he can do. As Connor is pitching to Tyler Bradley, the center fielder tonight. And Connor, who is working fast throughout this first at bat against Bradley, behind 3-1. We'll see what he can do. And that one is inside for a leadoff walk. And that is going to bring up second baseman Randy Stoltz, who's had a pretty decent series for the Bison. So Connor from Circleville, Ohio, attends Capital University alongside fellow pitcher Justin Mason, who made his way into Spearfish the other day and had his first inning of relief last night in the 9th inning against the Bison. One of the new additions to this team. Very happy to have him. So teammates at Capital, now Sasquatch teammates. As Connor has the 1-0 to Stoltz and a soft grounder over to Connor. He's going to pick it up and try to fire to first. And it is not going to be in time as Stoltz beats it out by a hair. So now a little bit of drama. After that one tends to stop. That ball was grounded very softly. And Connor gathered himself but it was just not in time. As Stoltz was hustling up the line. He was halfway to first before Jones could get a hand on the ball. So now Nico Pezzanella, the catcher tonight, number 26, hitting in the 3 spot. We saw him yesterday at first. As we've said a lot of times in summer ball, the catcher and first baseman positions tend to vary night after night. Pezzanella caught the first base last night in game 2, and now behind the dish once more to even and round out this series. And the pitch to Nico. Taken for a ball. Could not find the zone. Connor and O'Brien talking about it. Trying to talk it over. It is 85 degrees here in the first frame. It is very hot. The hottest of these 3 games in this series, as that one is going to be grounded straight to Damon Gaither, and that one is going to get past him. And Pezzanella is going to make it, but the runner is coming home, and the throw from Gaither to O'Brien is going to get Tyler Bradley for out number 1. That was a shock. Very aggressive base running from Bradley. Started at second, and once he saw that ball got by Gaither, he was coming around third. And not too far of a throw for someone with an arm like Damon Gaither's. And that took me by surprise. So a very strange but needed out number 1 here in the top of the first. Runners still on first and second for Mitchell Winter, the first baseman, number 42. And the pitch from Connor. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Winter, the right-handed hitter from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, plays at Montana State Billings. He's hitting .338 on the year, so a great offensive performance from him so far as he breaks his bat. And a piece of the bat flies down first base line. He's going to exchange his bat real quick as Connor Jones is now ahead 0-2. So with Winter being from Montana State Billings, that opens up the conversation to talk about Jackson Betancourt, the pitcher for the Sasquatch, who is also from MSU Billings, as well as Carson Green, our center fielder. You've seen plenty of him. So very good, very close teammates. A lot of the Sasquatch players were talking to Mitchell Winter earlier during BP. As the 0-2 to Mitch. And that one is going to be hit high out towards Carson Green, his teammate, for the second out as he's going to fire over to third. McHenry cuts it off. And now runners on the corners as Randy Stoltz is able to advance to third on the deep fly ball from Winter. But now 2 outs and runners on first and third for Keegan Schultz, the third baseman. As we said, it is a very hot night for Connor Jones, and as I was talking to him in the dugout earlier today, he said he was not feeling well, did not know what it was, felt like it could potentially have been a stomach bug, but he was hoping to fire through and go deep into this game tonight. He's had a little bit of a struggle here in the top of the first, but for now, this game is still tied. And he is an out away from getting out of it in the top of the first. You have to believe that the Bison are being aggressive tonight in all aspects, trying to get a win after losing the first 2. Probably not very happy with their first 2 performances. The Squatch have been on fire. That one is swung on by Schultz for strike 1. Been a very balanced team effort from both sides of the ball for Spearfish. We've seen by far the 2 most complete games in games 1 and 2 against the Bison. Talking to Coach Tanner Hill, he just had to emphasize the obvious that they are getting better and better with each coming game. So now the 2-1 to Keegan Schultz is taken for strike 2, finds the zone. And now Connor a strike away. After just a little first inning drama. And the 2-2 taken outside. But apparently that is a strike 3, so it seemed to have actually caught the edge of the plate. It just seemed to be a little slide from Keenan O'Brien that sort of distracted me back here in the booth, but that is a called strike 3, and that is going to retire the side for Connor Jones. And the Squatch bats are coming out for their first look at the pitcher for the Bison, number 37, Dylan Chalmers. It is shaping up to be a beautiful night and a fun one here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. You're watching Squatch Baseball on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Game 3 of this series between the Gem City Bison and your hometown Spearfish Sasquatch. I'm Win Andrews, voice of the Squatch, here with you tonight on this beautiful Thursday night. Very excited to be in the booth calling this one. Squatch are looking to win 3 in a row for the first time all season and sweep this series, as Johnny McHenry is in the box for the first time tonight, and his first look at Dylan Chalmers, the pitcher on the mound for the Bison. And Chalmers knows that he has his work cut out for him, as have the pitchers in games 1 and 2 for the Bison, and they have struggled mightily. The Squatch have found their groove on the offensive end, as we hope that continues tonight. And Chalmers is quickly ahead 0-2 on McHenry. So Johnny has led off the majority of games for the Squatch this year, manning shortstop, making some spectacular plays, including a diving grab yesterday. So now the pitch from Chalmers as he readies with the 1-2 count. And that one is going to be lifted out towards left field and almost over the head of left fielder Jack Jones, who's getting his first start for the Bison in this series. And Ryan Bachman now with 1 out, stepping in. Number 24. Bachman had quite the night last night, 2 for 5. 2 runs driven in, and those 2 hits that he had, a double and a triple, as he grounds that one over to the shortstop. Shortstop fires over to first, a high throw, but caught over there by Mitch Winter for out number 2. And center fielder Carson Green hitting third tonight, getting ready. So McHenry and Bachman have been able to put both pitches in play, as McHenry's almost got over the head of Jack Jones, but a quick 2 outs for Dylan Chalmers early in this one. And the 1-0 to Carson Green fouls that one back. In his last start, his only start, his first and only appearance this season, Dylan Chalmers pitched 7 innings of 9-hit, 5-run ball, and that was in a 14-12 loss to the Casper Horseheads. So he is now here on the mound in Game 3, trying to win the last of 3, as the Bison pitching staff have continued to struggle this season. And that struggle has not lessened up whatsoever against the Sasquatch. That one is taken a bit outside. Now count evens 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Squatch put up 7 runs in Game 1, 8 runs in Game 2. And the 2-2 as Green, good eye on that one. Thinks about going, but holds back just in time. Now a full count as Green is battling back. The payoff pitch from Chalmers, and that one is going to be grounded up to second base, as second baseman charges, tries to get out of his glove, and he is going to get it just in time. Green almost beat it out, had a chance, but the Bison are now out of the bottom of the first, unscathed, as we head to the top of the second. Score still 0-0. We'll see what Connor Jones has up his sleeve in the top of the second.
We're all going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Back here in the top of the second inning as the Squatch and Bison are tied 0-0. A few runners have gotten on for the Bison in that top of the first, but Connor Jones, after having runners on first and second, nobody out, able to escape with no harm, and that one's going to be grounded sharply up to Gaither as he signals over to Jones. Steps on the bag for out number one. One pitch, one out for Connor Jones. And Tyler Godfrey, the right fielder, is retired. Now Mitch Toke, the designated hitter, number 33, stepping in. He is batting seventh tonight for the Bison from Northern State University. Batting .346, takes that one for a called strike one. So for Connor, it's a bit unfair. He is having to try to continue the momentum that the Squatch batters have had in the first two games of this series, as that is a lazy fly ball out to right field. Nicky Winterstein able to call that one off, and now quick 2 outs. As in a matter of pitches, Godfrey and now Toke are retired, and Jack Jones with 2 outs, stepping in, playing left field tonight, and batting 8th. So in the first two games of this series, both Ethan Stady in Game 1 and Cam Hoyland in Game 2 went 6+ innings, only surrendering 1 run in both of their appearances. And Jones looking to keep that momentum going in Game 3. So as we've said, the Squatch hitting has definitely found their groove, and the pitching has settled down. And that one is going to be lifted out into shallow left center, and Johnny McHenry with a casual basket catch over his head for out number 3. As Connor Jones is going to get through the top of the second with ease. You'd love to have more innings like that one right there. Great job from Connor, and the Squatch bats are looking to keep this stuff going. In Game 3, headed to the bottom of the second inning, score still 0-0. And to the bottom of the second inning we go. This game is going right on by. On this beautiful Thursday afternoon, Keenan O'Brien batting cleanup tonight for your Spearfish Sasquatch. Stepping in for his first look at the pitcher tonight for the Bison. Dylan Chalmers fouls that one back for a quick strike one. As we said earlier, it is ladies' night here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. And it's never too late to come to a Sasquatch game. We tend to keep these things going for a long time. And that one is going to be lifted out towards right field. And a catch for out number one by the right fielder Tyler Godfrey. Retires Keenan O'Brien. And now the 5-spot hitter tonight for your Sasquatch, Nikki Winterstein. We saw him last night, went 0 for 4, and you know that that is going to turn around very soon. We love seeing him back in a Sasquatch uniform after his contributions last year during that championship run for the Sasquatch. Providing lots of memories and a lot of energy for this team, as that one's going to be lined straight to the third baseman. Keegan Schultz now a quick 2 outs.
Here's the designated hitter, number 30, Drew Bickerstaff.
The Squatch have not had many swing and misses through the first 5 batters. In fact, they've all been able to square it up. So that's an encouraging sign as this game progresses. Not seeming to be fooled too much by Dylan Chalmers' stuff so far. But he fires that one up against Drew Biggerstaff, who was batting 6th and serving as the designated hitter tonight for Spearfish. Takes that one low for ball 1. So both Connor Jones and Chalmers like to work fast in their counts, wanting to keep the opposing hitter on their toes. As Biggerstaff is going to ground that one, and that is going to get past third and short for a single into left field, and a little bobble over there by Jack Jones in left. But Biggerstaff is going to stay put over at first. Now that is the first hit of the night for the Sasquatch. With Bryson Hoyer, the 7-spot guy, stepping in, serving in left field tonight, number 4. With Biggerstaff on first. Takes that one out as a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Bryson Hoyer. So Hoyer from Loyola Marymount University takes a half-hearted swing, goes around for strike 1. And it is great having Bryson here with us in game 1. Had an RBI single to put a run on the board. Very, very valuable asset in the outfield as well. And now the 1-2 from Chalmers. And that one, Hoyer gets just a piece of it right off the tip of the bat. And we'll start over with the 1-2. Finally, a cloud is starting to take shape over the sun. It is blinding all of us out here, and I don't see anyone who's not sweating. I usually like to stand up in action and see everything that's going on, but I'm currently sitting in my chair. Can't be taking too much of this heat, or I might pass out. The 1-2 from Chalmers, and that one is going to be grounded to second baseman as he feeds over to short for out number 3. So Biggerstaff gets on first, but another pretty easy inning for Chalmers, as this is shaping up to be an exciting one. We head to the top of the third. Game still tied 0-0. You are watching Squatch Baseball on the Spearfish Sasquatch YouTube channel. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Hang in there with us.
The name of the game is Blindfolded Makeover. So is maybe Simon is getting the makeover?
Hook her up, Cam. Look who's good. Get the lip liner going. There you go.
Wyatt's getting a really good picture. Oh, this is going to go all over the wall.
Yeah, give it up for Tracy and Cam.
Wyatt's going to send this all over the world. Whoa. Yeah, we have a lot more Facebook friends up. Thank you, Alexis.
So welcome back to some baseball. If you had just seen a few minutes ago, our starting pitcher on the mound, the man of the hour in Game 2, Cam Hoyland, who went 6 innings of 1-run ball last night on the way to another win for him. On the mound, he just put makeup, most likely lipstick, all over himself. So guess whatever makes you happy, Cam. So that was a fun activity between innings as Connor Jones is out for his 3rd inning of work. As we said, Cam loves being on camera. It seems only fitting, and he will do anything he can, including participating in activities for Ladies' Night. As Connor Jones fires the 2-1, and Quinn McCafferty gives that one a ride to center fielder Carson Green for out number 1. And now that lineup card's going to roll back over with Tyler Bradley, the center fielder. We don't have much information on Bradley. Trying to look through, we can't find any background. There's nothing on the sites that is telling us where he's from. But he has been serving his time in the outfield throughout this series. So just a subtle reminder, if you are in the Spearfish area, we'd love to see you in Game 3 tonight. We don't close our gates. Still time to get a ticket. Plenty of seats left. And ladies, you can get 50% off drinks at the concession stands. Not something you want to miss out on. As Connor Jones with 1 out and nobody on, as that one is fired straight to Damon Gaither for out number 2. So a fly ball and now a ground ball, excuse me, down the first base line. And that's a quick 2 outs for Connor. And now Randy Stoltz hitting in the 2 spot tonight, playing second base. Takes Connor's pitch for strike 1. So with Jones feeling under the weather, he has not shown much of that. Not many of those symptoms. He is firing away with an 0-1 count to Stoltz. And that one is taken outside for ball 1. Now 84 degrees at 7:06. Glad they went down 1 degree on us. Still can't feel a difference, obviously. Still hot as ever here in Spearfish. 2 balls, 1 strike to Stoltz. The pitch. And that one is going to be lifted deep out towards left field and right off the scoreboard. So that is going to be a home run, as that one stayed in the air seemingly forever for Randy Stoltz, and that is going to give the Bison a 1-0 lead. Randy had very much the similar experience in Game 1, hitting one over the left field wall. And the same luck then with 2 outs. Connor Jones gives up a solo homer to the second baseman. So now Gem City has their first lead of this series. As we said, the offense can score. The Squatch pitching has held them to not much. They have been very stingy with what they've offered to these Bison hitters. But when given the opportunity, this Gem City team can put it in play, and they will. So Stoltz with his second home run of the series. And that one is going to be lined over the head of Bachman at second and find a gap, but Winterstein's going to cut it off and right. So now after pretty easy going throughout 2 2/3 innings for Connor Jones, he has given up a solo shot to left field, and now a 2-out single for Nico Pezzanella, the catcher. And now the cleanup hitter, Mitchell Winter, the first baseman, stepping back in. And the pitch from Jones, way low in the dirt, 4-1. Connor allowed 3 runs in 4 innings in his last start against the Canyon County Spuds, and that was over that long 5-game trip in Idaho just last week. Feels good to be home, I tell you that much. As that one is swung on by Winter, and now the count evens at 1-1 strike. As Jones fires back, a little offline to Gaither. Connor emphasized being able to attack hitters with his fastball inside. Really wants to prioritize his 2-seam fastball. As we see that there with called strike 2 on the inside edge. He also emphasized getting ahead of counts. And he has an opportunity to retire Winter here with the 1-2. Runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss. As that is a foul tip into the glove of Keenan O'Brien behind the dish. So, although surrendering that solo shot to left, Connor Jones leaves with just giving up 1 run, and the Squatch Bats are plenty capable of firing back in this one. Bison have a 1-0 lead, but hopefully not for long. Headed to the bottom of the 3rd.
Human Health, we keep going so you can keep going. With advanced orthopedic care, technology, innovations, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner.
And right back with you here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Squatch Bats looking to put a few runs on the board. Bison took an early lead with a home run over the left field wall in the top of the 3rd. But that is all the damage that was dealt. And Griffin Sheeran manning the hot corner tonight, number 40. Griffin's batting 8th, as he is looking to see what Dylan Chalmers has in store in his 3rd inning of work. The 1-1 to Griff. Taken 4. Called strike 2. This is an arguable take. Actually, I don't really know. I mean, I don't know who else is going to be able to defend this. But Griffin Sheeran over at third base is a beautiful thing to see. He has a firearm. I don't even know how to describe it. It is a flamethrower. And when he throws across the diamond, it is a thing of beauty. So I completely see where head coach Tanner Hill is coming from. As we've seen Griff in the outfield, on the mound, and now at third base on his off days. So not many days of rest for Sheeran. But he is fun to watch on the field and in the dugout. Griffin from Minot State University has a full count with Chalmers. The pitch taken just upstairs for ball 4. And that is a leadoff walk for Griffin. And that is going to bring up Damon Gaither. He's been busy over at the first base bag so far in this one. A few ground balls hit sharply to him, and he has taken good care of them. In that first inning, a ball got by Damon. But as Keegan Stoltz was running from second trying to go home, Gaither was able to throw him out right behind first base. Very aggressive move from the second baseman. But a great throw from Damon. Now he is at the plate for his first time as a Sasquatch. So now 1 ball, 1 strike to Damon Gaither, with Griffin Sheeran on first. And the pitch from Chalmers. And that one is going to be grounded over for a potential double play. And the fire throw over quickly retires Gaither and Sheeran for 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. So now the entire order has seen at least 1 look at Dylan Chalmers on the mound as Johnny McHenry steps back in. He is leading off for the Squatch as he does in so many other games. And that one is going to be grounded softly back to the second baseman Stoltz for out number 3. And after the leadoff walk from Griffin, the double play and the 4-3 put out is going to get Chalmers out of this one in the bottom of the third. So to the top of the 4th we go with a 1-0 lead favoring the Bison. But don't go anywhere. There's plenty of baseball left to be played on this beautiful Thursday night. I'm Win Andrews. You are watching Squatch Baseball.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
Gym City Bison have a 1-0 advantage in the top of the 4th inning as Connor Jones heads back out. Facing off against the 5-hole hitter Keegan Schultz, the third baseman. As he is quickly ahead of Jones, 2-0. It's always fun looking through this lineup. I've had a little bit of confusion, not too much, having to associate between Randy Stoltz and Keegan Schultz. As Schultz hits that one high out towards Winterstein. Out towards deep right, 4 out number 1. And Tyler Godfrey, the right fielder, batting 6th, steps in with 1 out. And Jones is hoping to continue that momentum outside of the solo shot in the top of the 3rd inning. He has been working very efficiently, getting ahead of counts, attacking hitters directly. And he's looking to do the same here against Godfrey, who is the beer batter tonight. If he strikes out, everyone here at Black Hills Energy Stadium gets a huge discount on their beer. And Connor wants that to happen. He wants to make the crowd happy, so he's trying to fire back into this count with that called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss on that beautiful off speed for strike 2. Jones really likes to work between that 2-seam fastball, his curveball, and his changeup. And that one is going to be hit out towards Carson Green, straight directly to him in center field. So no strikeout, but still the 2nd out of the inning. We will take that. That is okay. As these Squatch pitchers have plenty of other opportunities tonight to strike out the beer batter Tyler Godfrey. But for now we had 2. Mitch Toke, the designated hitter, with 2 outs and no one on. Three hits tonight, 1 run to show for it for the Bison, as that one is going to be pulled just foul. It was hugging the left field line, and that would have been at least a double if that one dropped. Luckily it did not. Bryson Hoyer out in left field tonight. And the pitch is that one is going to be lined straight to Griffin Sheeran at the bag at 3rd. And that is going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Connor Jones. Heads back to the dugout. And Sasquatch offense looking to wake up here in the bottom of the 4th. So we have a lot more action for you, but not before just a few announcements. Hang in there with us. Bison up 1-0.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
The Bachman, Ryan Bachman, here in the bottom of the 4th inning, facing off for his second look at Chalmers on the mound for the Bison. As Gym City owns a 1-0 lead as this game is moving right along. And the first pitch finds the zone at called strike 1. .33 pitches to this point for Dylan Chalmers. Excuse me. I love when my voice just messes up like that. But now Ryan Bachman 0 for 1 tonight, hitting .337 on the year. An undisputed leader on this team for the Squatch. Played last year for Spearfish. Fellow teammate of the 5-hole hitter Nicky Winterstein, who's in the dugout. Both key contributors to the championship run last year as Bachman fires that one over and Stoltz throws to Winter for out number 1. So outside of Biggerstaff's hit last inning and the walk from Griffin Sheeran, Dylan Chalmers has had a pretty easy night so far. We're hoping that that changes. As Squatch are not swinging and missing at hardly anything, just trying to put it in play. They are doing that. But Chalmers is having his way so far. As Carson Green back for another look. Quickly ahead 2-0 as the crowd continues to move in. I tell you what, folks, like I said, we do not close our gates. It is the bottom of the 4th inning, and people are still getting here. They'll take any ounce of Squatch baseball they can. And what's more exciting than watching a baseball team when the bats get hot? As that one is fouled back from Green. Now count runs even 2-2. 1 out. Nobody on. Keenan O'Brien behind the dish. And now in the on-deck circle. So he's batting cleanup. Following Green. And Carson's looking to get on base. The 2-2 from Chalmers. And that one is going to be lifted. Way fouled down the right field line. Godfrey over and right for the Bison, tried a few steps and then just decided to stay put. He knew he was not going to be able to cover that ground as he is shifted to the left. And the 2-2 as that one is going to be lined over the head of the third baseman, and Green is going to race around. He's going to try for 2 as he's headed over. The throw from left field as Green slides into second for a 1-out double. And now Nicky Winterstein heads back to get that bat. Great hit from Carson Green. And Keenan O'Brien looking to drive Carson in. So now 2 hits tonight for the Squatch. And now Chalmers has to deal with Green in scoring position and Keenan O'Brien, a very valuable bat for the Squatch. The pitch in the dirt as Pezzanelli bats that one down. So whether it is Biggerstaff who took the first hit of the night for the Squatch, or Keenan O'Brien, who's at bat right now, they've both been showing up offensively, providing a much-needed boost to this offense. O'Brien's batting .294 on the year in his first few games with the Squatch, while Biggerstaff is hitting .261. Both are putting it in play. In the early days of the season, Andrew Johnson and Davis Carr were having to seemingly go game in and game out, just alternating back, forth, back, forth. Always nice to have a breather every once in a while. And Biggerstaff and O'Brien have provided that behind the plate. in his first game with the Sasquatch, we recall Keenan Bryan, who came in to pinch hit and had a stand-up triple. We'd love to see something like that again. 1 ball, 2 strikes to O'Brien. Chalmers looks back at Green at second. And the pitch. As it appears, O'Brien called time just before the release. So we'll try again. Two hits and an error now for the Sasquatch, as the Bison still lead 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-2 count, Green on second, 1 out. And the pitch to Keenan. And that is going to be a called strike 3 as that one finds the plate. So now 2 outs. O'Brien did not offer. And a really good pitch from Chalmers to retire Keenan. But now Nicky Winterstein stepping back, the Sasquatch man. As he won Mr. Sasquatch in game 1 of this series. We had a Mr. Sasquatch competition as he competed against other men in the stands, fans of the Spearfish Sasquatch, and of course he won. How do you not with a beard like that? And he's been very excited to get back out with his guys. As Winterstein's chatting it up with Nico Pezzanella behind the plate. Nicky knows a lot of players in Summer League. He is just graduating Toledo from Toledo this year. And enjoying his summer in Spearfish. Second year with the Squatch. Looking to get a run or two on the board. As the count is now even to the bearded man, Winterstein. The pitch. Now is fouled back. Straight to Harrison Clark in the dugout. We love talking about people in the dugout, the guys in the dugout, as Harrison Clark was one of the first guys to be here in the booth with us for some play-by-play and color commentary. We've had a great time being able to get to know these guys even better. And they have been asking game in and game out to be able to come and hang out in the booth with us. So with that swing and a miss from Winterstein to retire the side for Chalmers, we bring the news that we will have another player joining us in the booth tonight. And we will be mentioning him just in a few minutes as we head to the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be a fun night. Bison are up 1-0.
For summer at the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City. Trade-in values are at an all-time high, and there's never been a better time to buy. With over 400 vehicles on location, you're guaranteed to find the right ride to take you into summer. And while you're here, make sure to sign up to win some great summer gear, like a Rice Honda side-by-side, Black Hills Fireplace Traeger Smoker, a variety of gift certificates, and more. Come by and check out a great selection of vehicles and summer gear at any of the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City and at menholdsummer.com.
The unpredictability of summer baseball. Some games go extremely slow, some go fast, and this one is flying by as Connor Jones out for the 5th inning. Here in the top of the 5th, the bottom of the order for the Bison as Jack Jones, the left fielder, steps into the box. As Gym City owns a 1-0 lead, the first of the series for him. Hopefully not for too long. Outside of that solo shot by Randy Stoltz, the second baseman hitting second tonight for Gym City, Connor Jones has been working, and working fast in his counts. The 0-2. Just like that, a swing and a miss. Perfect example. Thanks, Connor. Makes my job a lot easier. And that takes care of Jones as we head down to the 9-spot hitter, Quinn McCafferty, the shortstop. As the infield's been a bit busy for the Sasquatch. They've been putting it in play, squaring it up. And Jones not wasting any time, fires that one, but a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. It's been fun to watch this offense, as well as the pitching staff. It's fun to watch when the Squatch are winning. They are a very entertaining team in that regard. And it seems like we win every time I have someone in the booth. So without any further ado, let's just talk about our new player who is joining us tonight in Game 3. Second baseman slash utility guy slash whatever you want him to play. He's been all over the place, Mr. Bailey Bordas. Bailey, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing good. We're doing really good tonight.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. So you've just been in the dugout for the first few innings. How's everything? How's the energy down there?
The energy is just immaculate down there. Bringing in the new guys like Nikki and like Damon. Those guys bring a different energy to the dugout, and everybody's just super excited to be out here playing baseball.
So I've heard, Damon is in his first game tonight at the first base bag. We can see him. Is he also a pitcher?
He is also a pitcher.
Okay, so the 6'6" frame, I mean, that is an intimidating thing to see on the mound as that one is grounded straight to Sheeran, and he fires over with that arm, but Gaither unable to come up with the ball in the dirt. So that is going to be a bang-bang play, but with the dropped ball, that is going to be a 1-out single for McCafferty, as Sheeran with the flamethrower of arm I was just talking about a few minutes ago over at the third base bag. Threw maybe just a bit low, and Damon unable to come up with it. So now the lineup card rolls over again. Tyler Bradley, the center fielder. We're talking about third base. Now, Bailey, you played third base just a few games ago. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
Love to hear that. You were a great defensive player. Let me just tell you that much right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me a little bit more about that defensive play you made last night at second base. We say you're all around the infield at all times. You made that great basket catch over your head. Run me through that play.
Yeah, I just got a good read off the bat. I knew it wasn't hit very hard, and I knew the outfielders were deep. You have to know where they're at playing at before the pitch is thrown. So I knew they were pretty deep, and I knew I had to go out there and get that ball at any cost.
And that one is going to be hit out towards Winterstein as he heads straight out towards the
catch.
right field line, and a diving grab from Nicky Winterstein, as that is the second out of the game, second out of the inning. And what a play. Didn't look like he was going to get to that one originally. He was booking it and made that one right on the right field line for out number 2. And that keeps McCafferty from advancing as he was sprinting back to first. And that, my friends, is something that you miss. You love seeing that from Nicky Winterstein in right field, adding
Love seeing that guy.
plus defense to this lineup. So now 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, and Jones looking to retire. Randy Stoltz, who, if you remember, in the 3rd inning, was the reason behind this Gym City Bison 1-0 lead. The solo shot over left field off the scoreboard, and Jones looking to retire him. The 0-1, and that was going to be hit out towards Green, and that is going to be a few steps over to his left for out number 3. So both pitchers are just going to work here. Very greedy performance from both sides as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Squatch looking to drive some runs across. I'm here with Bailey Bordas. We have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. It is going to be a fun one. Beautiful night in Spearfish. We'll be right back with you. Welcome back to beautiful Black Hills Energy Stadium on this Thursday night. It is becoming a packed house as people continue to roll in at 7:40 Mountain Time. The sun is beginning to lower just a bit, but it is beating down on the field as we speak. A very hot afternoon, and the Squatch are looking to get hot as well. Drew Biggerstaff, the designated hitter, stepping in, and Dylan Chalmers out for his 5th inning. This has been the best pitching performance we've seen so far from a Bison pitcher in this series, as they have struggled mightily, and the Squatch have taken advantage of their mistakes on the mound. But through 4 to this point, he is protecting a 1-0 lead and has only surrendered 2 hits. But now 3, as that one is going to be lined, and that is going to be fair down the third base line, and Drew Biggerstaff with a leadoff double. So, Squatch are looking to change that narrative as we speak. Adding another hit to the column, now 3 hits. And Bryson Hoyer stepping in with Biggerstaff on second. I'm here with Bailey Bordas. I'm Win Andrews, by the way, voice of the Sasquatch. I know I say it seemingly all the time. Just have to remind you in case you're wondering who's here in the booth. And Bailey Bordas, who is here with us, a player for the Sasquatch. Very happy to have him in the booth. So Bailey, how do you feel about Drew Biggerstaff? We love talking about all these new players, and Biggerstaff has proved to be huge as well, you know, behind the plate, at first base, and at the bat.
Yes, Drew has been a huge bat that we've added to our team. He's super consistent, and he's a good catcher behind the plate, so he's given our other guys that played through the first couple weeks of the summer a big rest that they needed. Their legs needed that rest. So Drew's come in, and he's made a huge impact with the team.
So Drew, obviously one of the new guys. Bailey, you are one of the guys who have been here from the start, from the first day that players reported. I remember meeting you then.
Yes.
So it's been great being able to be with you on the road, being able to know you and the rest of these Sasquatch players. It has been a great time so far, as there is now an 0-2 count, and Hoyer puts that one in play as the shortstop charges and retires Hoyer just in time for out number 1. So Biggerstaff stays put at second, and that is going to bring Griffin Sheeran, the 8th spot hitter, back. He's been playing third base tonight. So tell me about your experience in Spearfish. You know, this is my statement question I love to ask every guy in the booth, because I'm hearing different answers from everybody. I've heard a lot of these guys saying, oh yeah, it doesn't rain as much. But Hunter Pauly yesterday said, oh, it rains here a lot more. I'm like, where are you from? The desert? And I had no idea where he was from. So tell me about your experience here in Spearfish, how you've been able to, hang out with the guys, as Griffin is going to throw that one back to the shortstop. Puts it in play once more. But that is going to be the second out of the inning. And Biggerstaff able to advance that time around. He'll be on third base with 2 outs. And Johnny McHenry getting the bat for Damon Gaither, the first baseman, who is looking to keep this inning alive, looking to extend it. But Bailey, love to hear your analysis on where you're coming from and how it's differed here in Spearfish this summer.
Yeah, I'm coming from Southern California, so Spearfish, South Dakota is a huge change from Southern California. I live by the beach, so no beaches around here. The weather is completely different. It's rained more than I've ever seen in my life here in South Dakota. Never seen this much rain.
And that one is going to be put in play, and that is going to drive Biggerstaff across as Damon Gaither gets his first hit with the Spearfish Sasquatch, and none better than that. An RBI single down the left side, and this game is tied, folks, 1-1 with 2 outs and the bottom of the 5th. So Gaither able to put it in play. Those are the at-bats that we have been missing so far throughout the first few weeks of this summer season, and we have been seeing it come to fruition in the past 3 games. Bailey, what you thinking about that?
I think we're starting to put it all together right now, like those timely hits that we have, 2-out hits especially, runners in scoring position, bases loaded with nobody out, we have to score somebody. It's all coming together right now.
Absolutely. It has been fun to see. We hope that continues with Johnny McHenry stepping in ahead 1-0 to Chalmers, as he has given up his first run of the game, and that one is hit sharply over to Stoltz. Throws too short, And that is going to retire the side, but not before Damon Gaither is able to pull one across. Biggerstaff comes home, and the Squatch are now tied with the Bison 1-all, headed to the top of the 6th. Man, I love watching these kind of games, don't you, Bailey?
I love watching these type of games.
It is a fun time. I'm here with Bailey Bordas in the booth. Squatch are tied. It is a great night for some baseball. Headed to the top of the 6th, tied 1-1. Don't go anywhere, folks. A tied ball game here at Black Hills Energy in the top of the 6th inning. As this is a close one, 1-1, and Connor Jones back out for the 6th. After the solo shot in that 3rd inning, that gave the Bison that 1-0 lead. Jones has fired back and has showed no sign of stopping, as that is going to be a slow roller over to Gaither as he calls it off and steps on the first base bag for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. We've seen a few of those tonight from Mr. Jones, and we'd love to see a few more of them. It is a hot night here, 81 degrees still at 7:47 Mountain Time. And I'm here joined by Bailey Bordas in the booth. Bailey, step up here with me. You're leaving me out here to fry.
Sorry about that.
Back here in the booth, just trying to stay in the shade. I don't blame you, but you're missing all the action back there. So now, as that is going to be fouled off by the first baseman, Mitchell Winter, Connor Jones looking to go as far as he can. We were just talking about how Cam Hoyland and Ethan Stady, respectively, in their game 1 and 2 performances, both went 6 innings, only surrendering 1 run. Will we see that same fate from Connor Jones tonight?
I'm hoping we see that same fate from Connor. Connor's throwing really good right now, being very effective, using the umpire, helping him out.
He's been attacking hitters directly, not being afraid to throw that fastball inside.
Not at all. He goes right after hitters, and he's, just like you said, getting those 1-pitch outs, which keeps the pitch count down.
As the now 2-1 in the dirt turns 3-1 to Mitch Winter. So 4 hits, 1 run for the Squatch, and 3 hits for the Bison. And the 3-1 from Connor. And a swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove of Keenan O'Brien behind the dish. And now that count runs full. So Connor has been attacking directly, getting in front of some batters. We hope he does the same here. The payoff pitch.
Good pitch.
And that one, oh, just misses on the outer edge for ball 4. So Mitchell Winter's going to take his base. So now 1 on, 1 out. And that's going to bring up Keegan Schultz, the 3rd baseman. So we're talking about the temperature. I'm sorry, Bailey. Let me remind you that you can feel free to commentate in the middle of these games. Whenever you're talking, feel free to tell the crowd what's going on the field. We were talking about all of the temperature changes, how hot it is here. Tell me a little bit more about growing up. There's so many West Coast guys that come to South Dakota. What's that about? How was your process of getting to Spearfish?
Most of us just go through our college coaches. This is a very good collegiate league, over here. So we're all just coming to get good competition and play with some other good guys that have the same abilities as us and come out and help win a championship for some city out here.
Absolutely. A very slow start to the year for everyone, but I love how no one just seemed to be phased. It is a long season, and I love the mentality that you and the rest of your team were able to really just pull together and say, there's a lot of ball left to be played, and y'all are showing that confidence tonight and in the past 2 games.
There's a lot more games to be played. Nobody has seemed down in the dugout. Everybody's super excited to see what we got moving forward. Everyone's super up and cannot wait to see what Sasquatch has in store.
Absolutely. We love to hear that, Bailey, and that one is fouled back. Schultz able to get a piece of it, so now the 1-2 count to Keegan. And Connor is only at 75 pitches with 1 out in the top of the 6th. And that is something that we love. He is such an economical pitcher. He's able to go very deep into these games. And the 1-2 fouled back once more. Were you able to talk to Connor at all before this game about his start?
I was not. He's a guy that likes to just be on his own and not really talk to anybody before starts, just to get in the zone, you know.
Yeah, he didn't really want to talk to me either, but I made him. So that was a bit of a cheat code there. But I walked down to the dugout and I found out he was just not feeling well. Felt a little bit under the weather.
Oh, okay.
And he has not been showing any symptoms of that today. And that one is lifted out towards Carson Green. Take a few steps into shallow center for out number 2. So a few of these lazy fly balls, some soft ground balls, this is exactly what you're wanting to see. The only hard hit ball we've seen tonight has truly been that home run.
Yes.
And Connor Jones has been able to take care of the rest on the mound so far through 5 2/3.
Going back to Connor being a very efficient pitcher, it helps out a lot of our guys, pitchers-wise, because we play a lot of games during the week. We have 1 day off, so it helps our guys out. We don't have to throw as many arms. Then we have a lot better arms, a lot more arms for the next game and the next game after that.
And Tyler Godfrey is stepping in. Now behind 0-1 with Winner on first base. 1 on 2 outs, and Jones the pitch. Can't find the zone, so now count runs 1-1. So West Coast guy, Bailey, we're talking about everything that you've been doing after your trip to Spearfish. We have a lot to talk about next half inning especially, but I want to talk about your move as you've grown up in, let me pronounce this correctly, I hope I'm right, Rancho Cucamonga?
Rancho Cucamonga, California.
How do you say it so fast?
I've lived there all my life. I've said it all my life.
Okay, well, man, so you will be a junior next year at Cal State University Dominguez Hills, but I hear that you are making the move over to Cal State Monterey Bay.
Yes,
Monterey Bay, excuse me.
Cal State Monterey Bay, which is in Northern California. I'm very, very excited about that move.
Tell me a little more about that. What was the change? What was the decision behind that?
The decision was I am going to be graduating, so I'm going to be a grad transfer, and I wanted to go somewhere else closer to home to play baseball for the next year, but Cal State Monterey Bay is 6 hours from my hometown, but they gave me a very good opportunity to be able to play for them next year, as they are a top 10 Division II school in the nation.
About to say, looked into that and found out that they were top 10 when it comes to baseball in Division II play. That's very exciting, so congratulations on that. Are you excited?
Thank you. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get there and play for Cal State Monterey Bay.
Oh, maybe my worst question in that. Obviously, you're excited. That's a huge deal, so congrats to you, man.
Thank you.
And the 2-2 from Jones, and
Good
that one's going to
pitch.
be lifted out. Lazy fly ball right into the infield. McHenry able to take care of business, and that is going to be another inning of great work from Connor Jones as he has pitched through 6, only giving up 1 run. We might see him out for the 7th. Why not with the way he's pitching right now, Bailey? It's been a fun one, and the Squatch are looking to add a few runs on to break this tie. It is a 1-1 game headed to the bottom of the 6th. You are watching Squatch Baseball on YouTube.
All Balanced Bookkeeping, located right here in Spearfish, is your go-to place for all of your bookkeeping needs. Serving Spearfish for over 2 years, we have over 30 years of bookkeeping experience and can take care of any office tasks, large or small. Contact us now to get in touch with one of our many experienced bookkeepers.
Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, it appears to be a little bit of a pitcher's duel. Both pitchers for the Bison and the Sasquatch have only surrendered 1 run in this game to this point, as we are now in the bottom of the 6th, and Ryan Bachman leading off the inning. He is batting second tonight. We got the 2, 3, 4 hitters for you in the 6th, as I am joined here still with Bailey Bordas, who earlier today wanted just to come hang out. Does the dugout get boring at all, or do you just you want a change of scenery?
I just want to hang out with you, Win. You're an awesome guy.
Oh man, that makes me feel great. I appreciate it, as that one is lifted out to right center, and the right fielder is going to be able to call that one off for out number 1. That was Tyler Godfrey. So we've been able to see it both sides. Connor Jones, through 6 innings, has only thrown just below 80 pitches on the night, and Chalmers is doing much of the same. But I'd love to see an extended inning with the Sasquatch on base, wouldn't you? And now the pitch is fouled way over the concession stand for strike 1 on Carson Green. I was mentioning earlier how Carson Green is teammates with Mitch Winter, the first baseman for the Bison. So it's really crazy how everyone's been able to kind of know each other somehow or another through connections, no matter what team they're on in summer league. That's kind of the magic of summer ball.
Yeah, baseball has a lot of connections with everybody. Every team you go play, you'll at least know one person on the team, just because baseball has so many connections. You know so many people around town.
Oh, yeah.
Around the country, you know a lot of people.
Well, who are some people that you know from other teams around the Independence League? Anybody in particular?
It's a great piece, Carson.
That's your call right here, Bailey.
It's a great piece. Carson's going to get 2.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's all you have to say.
Great swing right there by Carson.
And
sat on a hanging curveball, and he smashed it.
Yes, a beauty. Way to be patient at the plate, Carson Green. A 1-out double, found a gap in left center. And now Keenan O'Brien with another opportunity. There's a different feel to this team, being able, especially on the offensive end. We've seen it so many times with, even as late as that Idaho 5-game trip, having bases loaded, nobody out, not being able to drive 1 run across.
Yeah.
And then the difference between having Drew Biggerstaff advance on that deep fly ball in the bottom of the 5th. So with 2 outs and Biggerstaff on 3rd, Damon Gaither, the 9-hole hitter, was able to drive him through. I mean, it's a different feel, different sort of momentum for this team. It's very exciting to see.
Yeah, we've definitely changed our approach at the plate to be more team-oriented than try to boost your stats and stuff like that. So our hitters are more for the team now, trying to get as many runs across as we can and taking long at-bats.
And that one is going to find a gap into right field, and they are going to hold up Carson Green over at 3rd. He is very fast, but a great throw from Godfrey and right. Very smart decision there from hitting coach Logan Lottie, right down 3rd base line. Isn't Logan Lottie a joy to be around?
Logan Lottie is a great person to be around. His personality is just bright.
He is crazy, but he is a great coach and a great influence to have in that dugout.
Yes, he is.
So now runners on the corners, 1st and 3rd, and 1 out, and that was going to be a high chopper that is going to get past short, and that is going to bring home Green as O'Brien is racing over to 3rd, and the ball's going to get past him and left, and that is going to be a 2-run double for Nicky Winterstein, as that is a high chopper that gets home Green and O'Brien, and now that score is 3-1, and the Squatch take right back that lead.
Right there was a great team at bat, just trying to put the ball in play. There's a runner on 3rd. Just put it in play and let the run score, but we got a great hop off the infield grass right here to score 2.
So through 5 1/3, Dylan Chalmers has officially run into his biggest bout of trouble so far in this game. 2 runs now in the bottom of the 6th. So now 3 runs on 7 hits. putting the ball in play any way you can. The high chopper that just got over the head of the shortstop. You know, you don't really see those that often. Some good luck on our side, but even great, just better performance from Nicky being able to put it in play.
Yep, great job right there. Just being a team guy, just trying to put it in play, get a run across to give us the lead, and then we got a great hop right there to help us get two.
So now hoping to extend this inning is Drew Biggerstaff, who accounted for the first hit and run of the game. He is 2 for 2 tonight. Why not be 3 for 3? Add on another RBI. Man, that was a fun voice crack. Maybe I should just drink a little more water because I seem to be a bit dehydrated over here. It's hot, Bailey. Tell the crowd how hot it is because I don't think I'm doing it justice.
I don't know the exact degrees, but it is hot. When you step outside, you start immediately sweating.
And y'all are in black jerseys today. What's that about? Did Coach Tanner Hill just decide it would be funny?
No, it was a coincidence because we're white the first game, blue the next game, and then this was our only clean jersey.
So now Biggerstaff is ahead 3-1 with Winterstein on second and 1 out. We have Miss Nicky. Plays like that. And Chalmers is trying to fight to get out of this sixth without surrendering any more runs. You have to be very in control of your pitches against the Squatch. This has been a season-long trend. They're very patient at the plate, not afraid to take their base. And there's another prime example. I love speaking things into fruition before it happens. I feel like I'm really doing something. So
that was perfect timing.
Drew Biggerstaff does exactly that, very patient at the plate, and takes his walk, and that is going to bring up Bryson Hoyer, the left fielder, with runners on first and second in the first mound visit of the night. As coach for the Bison, John Grigg, heads out, talk things a bit over with Dylan Chalmers. So now Biggerstaff 2 for 2 and a walk. Love to have him in the booth for a post game if everything goes the way for the Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to get kind of hard to figure out after the last 2 wins. I mean, so many guys were being able to drive runs across. I was trying to figure out who do I bring up to discuss a win afterwards. You know, it's a good problem to have, to say the least.
Very good problem. We should just have a full team interview.
Just bring everyone up at the same time. You won't be able to fit anyone in except maybe 2 because our camera doesn't go that far. So now Hoyer at the plate against Chalmers as he stays in. There is no action in the Bison bullpen. They are going to let Chalmers finish this one off, it appears. And we're starting to feel a bit of shade. Man, that's
very
perfect.
nice.
A little breeze. We don't get many of those either. The sun is covered up by a cloud now, but still a beautiful night here in Spearfish. As Hoyer showed bunt for a second, but unloads on that one. Takes that over to left field for a ride for a few moments, but neither runner is able to advance. As Jack Jones takes care of that one for out number 2. So now Squatch with a 3-1 lead, but even being down 1-0, the way they were squaring it up early in this game, you just felt good about how that trend would continue later in these innings as Chalmers is able to see more of the Sasquatch lineup for the second and third time.
Yep, everybody in the dugout knew they were on this pitcher. Everybody was squaring up the ball. Everyone has great positive energy, and they were going to get him.
And that one is going to be
dropping.
Hit down. That was going to drop as Jones drops that one in left. Tries to fire over to third, but non-time. Winterstein's going to come home as Griffin Sheeran gets an RBI single. That one drops into left field. Now runners on first and second. Winterstein comes home, and that adds another insurance run. 4-1 lead now for your Spearfish Sasquatch. What is it? We're going to have to bring someone in the booth every game. Bailey, thanks for being the good luck charm tonight. We don't really get on these runs until we just get someone in the booth with us. So thank you for being the very positive contribution tonight for our team.
Of course, thank you for having me.
So now 2 outs and runners on first and second. Damon Gaither, who is rounding out this order tonight for us. Looking to keep this inning going. Why not? We're having too much fun. Gaither, 6'6", the sophomore right-handed hitter. And the righty pitcher from Olympia, Washington. Goes to Everett Community College. And he is teammates with Drew Biggerstaff. You've seen a lot of him tonight. And pitcher Kenji Miller.
Oh, good piece.
And that one is going to be hit high. Just a few steps shy of the track in the deep center, but taken care of for out number 3. So Gaither put some power under that one, but Chalmers is able to escape the inning, but not before giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. We are shaping up for another few exciting innings as we head to the top of the 7th. So we have a lot more for you. Bailey Board is here with me in the booth. Don't go anywhere. Another fun night of Squatch baseball. And back here in the top of the 7th inning, your Squatch now own a 4-1 lead. It's been we've seen plenty of that in the past 3 games. Games 1, games 2, and now game 3, as they now have that 3-run lead. And Connor Jones, with the first pitch of the 7th, accidentally hits number 33, Mitch Toke, the designated hitter, as 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Bison are coming up. And now Jack Jones, the left fielder, stepping it in, looking to put it in play. And that is no longer Jack Jones, as there is now a pinch hitter in the situation. And we will let you know as soon as we figure out who this is for the Bison. It is going to be Justin Ross, the right-handed hitter from Grantsville, Utah. Plays at Williston State College. This is his 10th game playing in some action with the Bison. I'm here still with Bailey Bordas as he is joining me, and he has been the good luck charm. Had plenty of action, and as soon as he joined us in the booth, midway through the 4th, the Squatch put up 1 run in the 5th and 3 in the 6th. So can't say much else, but thank you, Bailey, for your contribution tonight. Even when you're not on the field, you are bringing home some success.
I think we need to have players up here every game.
I guess so, you know. I mean it would help things out a lot. So now the pitch taken for a strike. Another great night from Squatch Nation on this Thursday night. Love seeing all of the home crowd show up and show out. Can't wait for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as the Badlands Big Sticks come to town tomorrow. There are no days off, as Bailey said. It just constantly, there's a never-changing an ever-changing schedule. So after this 3-game series, which the Sasquatch hope to sweep tonight, they start up with the Big Sticks coming to town. We've seen plenty of them, played them for 6 times to start off the year, 3 in North Dakota and 3 at home. And something tells me that we'll have a bit different of a narrative when we play them in this 3-game set.
Oh yeah, we are out to get them this next series because they got us a couple games the very first series we played them, and we're a different team now, so they don't know what's coming to them.
Absolutely, and you have to say that a lot of it has just been the experience of the guys who started out on this team, as that one is going to be taken for ball 3. Justin Ross thought about it, held back just in time, did not go. So that is going to be a full count now with a runner on first base. So it's a perfect mix of guys like Bailey being able to have that experience and get to know these guys early on in the season, putting that performance forward, as well as the onslaught of 7 new guys coming in, especially in the past week. 7 of them followed back after the Idaho series and are now in the dugout with the squad. So we are at full strength. It feels good.
Yes, it feels amazing to have this many guys, and they all are amazing, talented baseball players.
So now a walk was assigned to Ross, and that is going to bring up Quinn McCafferty, the shortstop, to finish out the bottom of the order for the Bison. And Connor wants to get through this one. I know he does. Trying to potentially outpitch Hoyland last night and Ethan Stady the night before. Trying to go 7 innings. It's a fun problem to have, a fun competition when your pitchers are trying to go 7 innings plus every night. So the 4-1 lead, but Jones is trying to get out of it. Get out of this inning with runners on first and second, no one out. So Bailey, as you are a utility guy, what is your favorite position to play?
My favorite position to play is third base for sure. I like the hot corner. No thinking involved over there. It's just all reaction.
All reaction. As that is going to show bunt. Jones is going to stumble and try to throw over in time, and it is going to be just off the bag as Gaither has to react to the high throw from Jones. Steps off the bag, and now bases are loaded with this 3-run lead, and now the winning run comes to the plate. Which obviously there's no such thing as a winning run here in the top of the 7th, but hypothetically speaking, that is the situation, and that is going to be the end of the line for Connor Jones. He went 6 innings of 1-run ball on 4 hits. Hopefully 1 run is all he is accounted for. And we will see who we're bringing out of the bullpen tonight. It looks like Jackson Betancourt. That feels good to see him again, talking about full strength. A few games ago, it must have been the series against the Fremont Moo or the Prospects. Can't remember which one, but the last homestand when Jackson Betancourt was on the mound for us had a scary slide into home plate trying to tag a runner out and messed up his shoulder.
Yeah, Jackson actually dislocated his shoulder, so he's been doing rehab for the last couple of days, trying to get back full strength, come back and pitch.
And obviously a big spot for Betancourt to be put in with bases loaded, nobody out, but that just shows the faith that head coach Tanner Hill has in his pitcher. Betancourt was our Game 1 starter against the Big Sticks in North Dakota, and he has been about as reliable as anybody. So Bailey, this situation, I know you're not a pitcher necessarily, but obviously this is Betancourt's first start in a long while after injuring, but I'm sure the nerves are there. Being thrown into a situation, bases loaded, nobody out, what do you think that head coach Tanner Hill is trying to tell Betancourt as he's backing him in the 7th inning?
I think that Jackson just needs to go out there and minimize as much as he can. He's a very, very good pitcher, very smart pitcher, so he's trying to minimize what we have right now. If he can get out of this inning with 1 run, then that would be phenomenal. 2 runs wouldn't even hurt us. He's just trying to minimize as much as he can right now.
And there's always a tough situation to be put in because, especially with bases loaded, one knock to the outfield can potentially score at least a run.
Yeah.
But hey, never say never. We've seen plenty of opportunities, especially, not trying to knock us whatsoever, but it can happen any point in Independence League baseball, any sort of summer league action. Bases loaded, no one comes across to score. We've seen it a couple of times.
It does happen, and we're hoping Jackson can get it for us right now. This lefty-on-lefty matchup is key right here.
And he is going to have to take that in the shape of Tyler Bradley, the center fielder who is leading off. Batting first tonight for that Bison lineup as Bachman is going to try to turn 2, and that is not going to be in time as that was a slow roller up the middle, right off the glove of Betancourt. Bachman tried his best, twirled around to McHenry for the put out. McHenry almost fired in time, but that is going to score a run. Runners now on the corners. One out for Randy Stoltz. So that was pretty painless. You could have seen a lot worse there.
That could have been a lot worse, but that went the best way right there. It's to get one out now. Runners on first and third, get a ground ball, double play, get out of the inning right here.
And we've been able to turn a couple of those in the past few games too. And unfortunately, obviously, it is against Randy Stoltz, the man who has hit the 2 home runs for the Bison in this 3-game set. And you hope for a different outcome this time around as they're going to fire over, and that is going to be an out.
Throw.
So a great throw from Keenan O'Brien behind the plate.
Great tag by Ryan right there coming across the bag.
And it was a bit low, but Ryan with the outstretched arm was able to turn back around just in time and retire the runner who was trying to steal. So we'll take it just like that, not the double play, but now we are an out away from only getting out with 1 run.
Exactly, whatever works.
And Connor Jones is loving that in the dugout. You can already tell.
There it is.
And that is going to be it. Potential inning ender. Carson Green takes care of it for out number 3.
Great job by Jackson right there.
So bases loaded, no outs. A 3-run lead for the Squatch. And within about a matter of less than 10 pitches, Jackson Betancourt escapes, only giving up 1 run on a grounder. What a performance in his first inning back from his injury. So that is an incredible thing to see. As the kids run the bases, we say goodbye to Bailey Bordas. We thank you for being in the booth. Thank you for giving us this lead tonight because we love the good luck that this brings us. Bailey, always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. We will see you soon.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. During the 7th inning stretch with a 4-2 lead, and the Squatch are looking to get that run back as we head to the bottom of the 7th. A lot more action to come for you. We are glad you are joining us tonight as the sun starts to go down over the mountains to the right of us. It is a beautiful night here at Black Hills Energy. We'll be right back with you. Squatch on top, 4-2.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice. Back here in the bottom of the 7th inning, just finished the stretch.
As we sang, take me out to the ball game. Squatch have a 4-2 lead against the Gem City Bison in Game 3, trying to sweep Gem City and send them back packing to Laramie, Wyoming, where they are from. And Squatch hoping to put a few more runs up with Johnny McHenry leading off this order tonight for the Squatch. And a new pitcher on the mound for Gem City, as that one is going to be pulled just foul down the right field line, way deep. We are looking at Ryan Chamberlain, a familiar face from Laramie, Wyoming, a local. Attends the University of Mary. He pitched in last night's action in late inning relief. In the eventual 8-6 win for the Squatch. And he is back on the mound again tonight. And ahead of McHenry, 1-2. Johnny is 0 for 3, but batting .317 on the season. Can't ask for much better out of a leadoff hitter. The 1-2. Way outside for ball 2. So if you were just joining us, you missed a lot of action. Some quick action in the top of the 7th, as Connor Jones was sent to the dugout after 6 innings of great work. He left with bases loaded on a few slow dribblers on the infield. And we'll talk about that just in a second, but the 3-2 now from Chamberlain. It's taken low for ball 4, and that is going to be a leadoff walk for McHenry. And Ryan Bachman stepping back in. But as Jones left the field with bases loaded, no outs, Jackson Betancourt, who injured himself last homestand, has been working back from the injury on his shoulder to get back on the mound, and only had one run come out of it. Kept the ball on the ground and only let 1 run score to keep this a very manageable 4-2 lead for the Squatch. And that is a very, very inspiring signal for this Sasquatch team. As so much earlier in the season, they had been struggling with a lot of consistent work out of the bullpen. And the Squatch have been falling victim to 1 bad inning each game. That really just put them out of contention. And we have not been seeing a lot of that lately. As the rotation, the pitching rotation, the bullpen, they've found their command. They are attacking hitters directly. And the Squatch bats are putting the ball in play. It all comes full circle. And Bachman with an 0-2 count now. And Johnny a few steps off of first. Chamberlain fired back. Doesn't want McHenry stealing. We know he can. He loves doing it. So with a 2-run lead, Ryan Bachman wanting to put it in play. And he does, but that is going to be a high lifter out towards center field. And that'll be caught by Tyler Bradley for out number 1. And now Carson Green stepping in. It is no easy task for this 1-2-3 to start out this Sasquatch lineup each and every game. McHenry loves getting on base. Bachman puts it in play, gets on base as well, as Ryan leads the team in on-base percentage and batting average. And then you have to follow up with Carson Green. Speedy around the bases. Not fun to pitch against. And he has a lot of power in his bat as well. So, we'll see how Chamberlain fares against the Spearfish lineup. That has found its groove. It is 8:24 now here in the bottom of the 7th. As we said, this game is going right along. 1 run in the 5th and 3 runs in the 6th for the Squatch. As Green gets just a piece of it, fouls it down third base. And we just cannot emphasize it enough. We are very excited for the matchup with the Big Sticks. we played them in the first 6 games of the season with less than full strength. And we think it's going to be a much different outcome tomorrow. Regardless of outcome, it will be much better games, as the players for Spearfish are fighting hard. So now 1 out, 1 on, and McHenry, and Green lifts that one out towards center field. So Tyler Bradley's been busy tonight. Takes care of Carson Green for out number 2. And that is going to bring up Keenan O'Brien, the catcher. So after McHenry got on base, quick 2 outs from Bachman and Green, and Keenan Bryan trying to extend the inning. Will be very interesting to see what happens in the top of the 8th, whether they bring Jackson Betancourt out after that very high stress. Top of the 7th for him, coming back from injury. But the way he was throwing, it didn't seem like he was bothered by too much. He was throwing hard and down the middle. But first we got to get through, or excuse me, the top of the 8th. We are in the bottom of the 7th right now. And O'Brien was swinging for the fences. On that pitch now, an even count. 1 ball, 1 strike. McHenry on first, 2 outs, as the sun is officially going down. And it feels much better here at the stadium. We are, what is the word I'm trying to think of here? We are expecting really, really large numbers for the weekend series against the Big Six. We hope you're able to make it out here and hang out with us. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. We love having our Sunday matinee for game 3s. So O'Brien is now behind 1-2. Jack Hostetler, the Hoss, on the bump tomorrow for the Sasquatch. And McHenry is trying to steal, and we'll see if he can get it. It is most likely not going to be in time, as a great throw from Pezzanella behind the plate takes care of Johnny. Did not seem to have a great lead off of first, but still thought he could get it. But that is going to retire the side here in the bottom of the 7th. But we head to the top of the 8th. Squatch still on top 4-2. Coming down to the last 2 innings. It's a fun one tonight, folks, in game 3. Squatch looking for the sweep. 8:30 on the dot now at Black Hills Energy Stadium here in the top of the 8th inning, as the Squatch have a 4-2 lead against the Gem City Bison in Game 3. Looking to take this whole series tonight, as the Squatch have 2 more innings to go to take care of the Bison altogether, until we see them in a couple of weeks, as they'll return for another series here in Black Hills Energy Stadium, excuse me. Black Hills State's right down the road. As Jackson Betancourt has his first look on Nico Pezzanella, who's catching behind the plate tonight for Gem City, and just threw out Johnny McHenry on his steal attempt to end the bottom of the 7th. So Betancourt now with an even count at 1 against Nico. Fires that a bit inside for ball 2. After coming in, bases loaded, no outs a few moments ago, Betancourt escaped with only allowing 1 run, as he was in command the entire time. He is throwing hard tonight, as he is now in a 2-2 count with Nico. And we'll see if he can get a strikeout. It's lined right back to Betancourt, right off the glove. Betancourt charges, tries to throw in time, and is going to be in time. Beautiful play, not to rush and not to panic from Jackson Betancourt. Rushes straight to the ball, just a few feet from the mound, and fires over just in time to the first baseman, Damon Gaither, for out number 1. Great play. Pitchers are athletes. Don't forget it, folks. So now, Mitch Winter batting cleanup tonight. He is playing first base. Fouls that one into the party deck. So just great to be able to see Jackson on the mound after the scary injury he had. And he is pitching well, evident by that strike for an 0-2 count against Winter. Jackson from San Diego, California. And that is going to be a strike 3, called out on strikes for out number 2. And Mitch Winter knew it. Didn't even try to argue. He's walking back to the dugout. A beauty of a pitch from Betancourt to freeze him. So now 2 outs in the top of the 8th. And Keegan Schultz batting 5th, the third baseman. He's been rather busy tonight on defense. And Jackson looking for a light 8th inning. As the sun is officially setting here in Spearfish. Usually right around the 8:30 time. Right on cue tonight. And that pitch to Keegan in the dirt. So Keegan at bat and Keenan behind the plate. Love seeing O'Brien, Biggerstaff, Johnson, Carr, all 4 behind the plate, able to play that position, giving each other plenty of days rest. And in a schedule like summer ball, it is very imperative that they're able to take some breaks in between, because this schedule is very unforgiving. As that ball is launched straight to McHenry, gets his glove under it, doesn't even touch the ground for out number 3. So a line out to Johnny takes care of the Bison in a 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Betancourt. Great 2 innings of relief so far for Jackson. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Squatch still on top 4-2. Don't go anywhere. Squatch looking for their 3rd straight. Game 3, Squatch only an inning away from getting their first series sweep of the year and their first 3-game winning streak. Hangs in the balance tonight against the Gem City Bison. A very exciting time for the Squatch, who have found their rhythm, it seems. And a win tonight would be huge to take it into that weekend series with the Big Sticks starting tomorrow. As Keenan O'Brien lifts that one way high. Lazy fly ball right on the infield. And Stoltz is going to take care of that one for out number 1. So down for the Squatch. And Nikki Winterstein, the 5-spot hitter, stepping back in after that high chopper that scored 2 earlier in tonight's game. Feeling like last year's championship team. Love to see it. We hope this continues, as he's going to ground that one softly over to first. And the feed to Ryan Chamberlain, the pitcher, for out number 2. So a quick 2 outs now, as the Squatch maybe just a bit excited, wanting to see their pitcher on the mound to close the 9th. And Drew Biggerstaff, the designated hitter, who has done his job, to say the least. 2 for 2 with a walk to add to his name in tonight's game. So Bryson Hoyer on deck. All these new names, it's just so fun to talk about. Very short-handed to start the season. The Sasquatch did what they could for the opening week or 2 weeks of the season. And it's just been fun to see the smiles on the faces of these guys in the dugout. Very excited for what's to come. And the 0-2, as Biggerstaff went around, tried to check a swing, but not in time. As that's going to be a 1-2-3 for Ryan Chamberlain. But the Squatch ready to get back out there for the 9th inning, looking to shut the door on these Bison from Wyoming. And we'll see what we can do. Welcome to the 9th inning. Here at Black Hills Energy Stadium, Squatch are owning this 2-run lead, a 4-2 ball game. After the Squatch have rallied for a 1 run in the 5th and 3 in the 6th. Squatch are in pursuit of their first 3-game streak of the year and their first series sweep. And there is no better time than the present. Coach Tanner Hill knows that. He sent out Colby Schiffer, number 6. The 6'6" junior from San Clemente, California. Plays at Loyola Marymount University. And he is a hard-throwing lefty. We've seen him in one appearance earlier. And he is looking to shut the door against Gem City tonight in the 9th inning. And the 1-1 from Schiffer. As Luke Bannister, the pinch hitter, as the Bison are trying to put their best hitters forward to give them any chance they can to salvage this series to this point after losing the first 2. And now the count evens at 2-2. It's been a while since Schiffer has pitched on the mound after arriving about 2 weeks ago. And he has been a great addition just like that. Another prime example. Being able to find the plate for a strikeout for out number 1 here in the 9th. So Luke Bannister, his first at bat tonight, gets sat down rudely with that strikeout. A beauty of a pitch. So 1 out and 2 to go for Colby in the 9th. Now it's taken upstairs for ball 1. So now Mitch Toke, the designated hitter, batting 7th tonight. It has been extremely impressive to be able to see the performances that these Squatch pitchers have put on the Gem City Bison. As I mentioned earlier in game 1 of this series, in 2 games against the Fremont Moo, 2 of the games right before they traveled to Spearfish, the Bison tallied 39 runs in 2 games alone. Unbelievable against a very respectable Fremont Moo team. And the Squatch are now 2 outs away from sweeping Gem City. Would be a huge momentum shift to carry into the weekend, and that one is going to be lifted out towards Carson Green. Jogs back just a few steps for out number 2. And now Justin Ross, the last hope, the final hope for the Bison tonight, as they are down to their last out. So a strikeout and a lazy fly ball out to mid-center. And Colby Schiffer is working. Looking to retire Ross to win tonight's contest. And that one is taken just a bit outside for ball 1. The home crowd for Spearfish on the edge of their seat, letting Colby do the work, not getting too loud. In fact, I might be the loudest one here. I believe that is the case. A beautiful night, 3 in a row. We've been lucky for some great baseball. The weather has cooperated. They felt bad enough that they've been canceling so many other games. And they gave us the week off. And Schiffer found the zone on that one. It is now 2-1 with 2 outs. Now turns even 2-2. And Justin Ross to his last strike. Ross is 1 for 20 on the year. Coming in to pinch hit earlier, and the 2-2 in the dirt. As the crowd's starting to get into it, realizing this is now a full count with 2 outs. And they are wanting to come away winners tonight. And the payoff pitch is going to be upstairs for ball 4, and that is going to be a 2-out walk for Schiffer. And Quinn McCafferty, who is finishing off the lineup tonight for the Bison, batting 9th. He's played shortstop. He's been busy tonight. And hopefully that is all I can say about him, as Schiffer is looking to retire Quinn. And the 2-out pitch, taken in the dirt for ball 1. With ladies' night being tonight, tomorrow night is fireworks. And you know what that means. It is going to be a packed house. We'd love to see you. As O'Brien half-heartedly throws just to keep Ross over at first. Smart play to keep him close to the first base bag. As Schiffer is now behind 2-0. And that one can't find the zone, so it is now 3-0. And Colby's trying to get his way back into the zone they didn't seem to have a struggle with in the first 2 batters he faced. And there it is, as it is a 3-1 count with 2 outs and a runner on first. So fireworks night with a firework on the mound, Jack Hosteller. It's going to be a fun night tomorrow. But let's get through tonight first. I always love getting ahead of myself. McCafferty thought he had a walk, but has to head back after that as a called strike 2. So we're going to try it again. And the full count. The pitch from Schiffer is going to be fouled off. As Quinn is hanging in there, McCafferty just got a piece of it and fouled it behind us in the booth into the Sasquatch parking lot. With a team with an offense like Gem City, you know they're never going to go away quickly until the last strike. The payoff pitch. A called strike 3. That is ball game. And just like that, your Spearfish Sasquatch have taken a 3-game sweep of the Gem City Bison. And they have made an official winning streak with 3 games as they look to take this success into tomorrow night against the Badlands Big Sticks. It is going to be an exciting matchup. What a performance to start this homestand. 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3. Victory formation for your Spearfish Sasquatch tonight. What a time. It is fun to watch these guys when they're having fun. And winning most of all. It is a fun summer to be at Black Hills Energy Stadium. And now I get to make the decision of going down to figure out who's going to be on the post game. Just give us a few minutes. We're going to be back here in the booth for some exciting analysis with 1 or maybe 2 players in tonight's 4-2 win for the Squatch. So don't go anywhere, folks. Your Spearfish Sasquatch have taken game 3, 4-2, behind 8 hits. And now we look forward to what we have in our post game. I am Win Andrews, your voice of the Sasquatch. It is fun to be here tonight. So Squatch win 4-2. We'll be right back. So welcome back here after the Sasquatch have won Game 3 4-2 to sweep and have their first 3-game winning streak of the year. So it is a full house in the booth right now. First off, we have Connor Jones. I couldn't decide who was going to be the true player of the game tonight. It was just all over the place, both offensively and defensively. But we're going to start with our starting pitcher tonight on the mound, Mr. Connor Jones, who went 6 innings, 2-run ball, and you honestly could have gone 7. Obviously, you were a little bad luck there in the 7th inning, but when we were talking in the dugout earlier, you were talking about how you were feeling under the weather, just not really feeling like yourself. How did you manage to overcome that and just be able to come out and toss 6 on the mound?
Just doing whatever I could to help my team out and do whatever I could to get my teammates in the game.
Awesome. Well, you talked about really just attacking the hitters directly, really pounding the inside part of the zone with that fastball. How did you feel you had command tonight?
For the most part, I thought my fastball was pretty good. Curveball was pretty good. Changeup was iffy, but second time through the lineup, we worked backwards, and we found out that worked really well against these hitters, and we just stuck with that.
You know, the Gem City Bison are not a team to strike out very much. You didn't seem to worry about that, not trying to just blow it right past them all the time. You really just focused on really increasing that usage of ground ball outs, and you seem to have a lot of soft contact tonight. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Just hitting the spots really helped. Keeping them off balance really caused soft contact and gave my teammates a chance to make a play on the ball.
Absolutely. Well, you went out in the bottom at the end of the 6th inning. You came out for one more. What were kind of your thoughts during that time? Obviously, you had a bit of bad luck to have the 7th inning, bases loaded, no outs. What were you thinking coming out of that game?
Coming out of it, I just knew that Jackson had my back coming in to pitch, and I knew the defense was going to make plays when they got the opportunity to.
Absolutely. Well, anything else you'd like to add heading into your next start, but I guess it will be next week? Anything you want to add before that next start? Anything you're looking to improve on?
Using my legs more. I felt like my legs were tired at the end, and lost control of my pitches. So, try to focus on that.
I know I don't want to keep you for too long. We have a few other guys in the booth, but Connor, heck of a job tonight. I know you want to say hey to Mom. I know y'all are watching, so anything you want to say to your parents?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Grandma. I love you.
That's
Go
good
Squatch.
stuff. Go Squatch. You heard it here first. So that is Connor Jones. Like we said, it is a full house, as he just talked about Jackson Betancourt being able to back Connor as he left in after the 6th inning with bases loaded and no outs. And here he is. Might as well talk about Jackson, because obviously, you know, happy to have you here, Jackson. I'm glad
thank you for having me.
Glad you're able to be in the booth with us tonight, as you were able to take over in a really hostile situation. Bases loaded, no outs to start the 7th. You just came back from that injury, obviously injuring your shoulder in the last homestand, having a few rehab stints, being able to come back and kind of work through that injury. What was your thought process saying, hey, Coach Hill wants me to come in, bases loaded, no outs?
I mean, I just had to go in there and throw strikes. That's all I could do. Because if I pitch around them, then they could walk in or get a hit, so I just had to attack them.
And you did that exactly. You were throwing hard. How did your arm feel?
Arm felt good. Just we'll see how my injured shoulder feels tomorrow.
Absolutely. So you're trying to get back into that starting rotation. How did you feel coming out of the bullpen? You know, you started as starting pitcher. You were our day 1 starter against that game 1 against the Big Sticks. How did it feel coming out of the bullpen?
Oh, I've always loved coming out of the pen. But, I mean, if they put me back as a starter, then I'll be happy doing that as well. But I love coming out of the pen.
Is it a different feel by any means? You know,
oh, yeah. Big time.
Different intensity altogether? Yeah. Okay, good deal. Well, obviously, you just really wanted to account, obviously, coming out of this injury, really important thing that you were able to come back in your first appearance since the injury and just completely shut the door and really just push back the momentum that the Bison were seeming to have. So heck of a job tonight, Jackson. We just want to congratulate you for that, and anything you're looking to improve on for your next appearance, whenever that might be.
I mean, just keep pounding the zone, use every pitch, you know.
Well, you've earned an appearance probably very soon, whether it be out of the bullpen or in the rotation. So heck of a job tonight, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Obviously, of course. So that is Jackson Betancourt, the man who saved the 7th inning. Bases loaded, no outs. You'll be seeing a lot more of him. And obviously, we love always doing the offense-defense thing. So we're going to do the offensive side with our last guy of the night. We promise you. Thank you for tuning in with us, by the way, for this postgame and this 4-2 win for the Squatch. We are here with the center fielder, Carson Green. Can you hear me, Carson?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. All right, awesome. Well, you know, you've been on fire offensively. We were talking about earlier in this season, you were really frustrated because you were not getting your balls to drop. You were really trying to figure out when they were going to eventually be able to be able to drop wherever they might be, but you've been hitting the ball very well. So tell me a little bit about that, being able to come in tonight 2 for 4, 2 doubles.
Yeah, I feel like I'm swinging out a lot better pitches, getting a lot of pitches to hit. Early I felt like I was kind of doing some chasing, so seeing the ball really well. Our teammates are doing a good job of hitting me in, so it was a good team effort.
So obviously a hot night tonight, but what about last night? We can't forget about the 1 for 2, 3 RBI night that you accounted for. Do you feel sort of a hot streak coming on? How are you feeling at the plate?
I am feeling a little hot streak. Like I said, I'm seeing the ball very well, so hopefully keep this going and into the next few games and keep this winning streak going.
So outside of the offensive production you're having at the plate, you have been busy in center field. You are scaling back and forth all the time. How has it been being the Lone Ranger in center field? You are the primary go-to guy. How's it been this summer?
It's been very well. I think our pitchers are doing a good job, getting a lot of lazy pop flies out there. They're keeping me busy, but, I think we've been doing really good as a team, and I'm happy I get to contribute to that.
Absolutely. Well, how do you feel about just the overall team performance? This is just a happy mood. It's a different concept altogether compared to a few weeks ago. Things were looking, a little concerning at times, but this is a long season. Tell me a little more about the team chemistry, just leaving the field tonight after meeting up, being able to celebrate now the 8th win.
Yeah, after you get a few wins, the team starts getting in a little groove, and we got some new guys that came in, and they're contributing a lot. So, everything's been going a lot smoother, and, winning streak's nice. So.
Absolutely. Well, since you are the everyday man seemingly in center field, you'll get your day off at some point. I know you really look for the days off for rest, but, you probably will be manning center field tomorrow. Anything we should be looking forward to for Friday, Saturday, Sunday night for this 3-game set against the Big Sticks, our rival from North Dakota?
Yeah, firework night tomorrow, so hopefully see you guys all out there. But, we're hoping to take 3 from the Big Sticks and keep it rolling, so hopefully see you guys out there.
That's exciting. Good stuff. Any last words?
No, go Sasquatch.
That's it. Go Sasquatch. Couldn't have said it better himself. Well, we are going to let that be the end of the post game. We've had plenty of people on the call tonight, so it has been a great time with Carson Green here. I am Win Andrews, your voice of the Sasquatch. We hope to see you tomorrow, Friday night, for fireworks in Game 1 against the Big Sticks. It's going to be a fun matchup between a really good team in Badlands Big Sticks and a really great and hot team at the moment in the Spearfish Sasquatch here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. 6:35 first pitch. Can't wait for it. Squatch win the night 4-2 to sweep the series. There's a lot more where that came from. So we'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a good night, folks.